Hello everyone and welcome to TPCHL Game Time Season 7, Week 4 Vikings, Bears. Truly a battle of the Titans here tonight. The first ever TPCHL champion, the only ever back-to-back season TPCHL champion, Kiv Style and his Minnesota Vikings taking on the reigning TPCHL Season 6 champion, Columbus 1984 and the Chicago Bears. My name's Meter, and I'm joined in the booth by another absolute Titan all-star of this league, the founder, your hero, Brian Langell. How's it going today, Brian?
Meter, take a breath, buddy. Wow, you are super hyped up for this game, as am I, but I'm going to do my best to match your level, but I can't get over it. We've got the NFC North, champion versus champion. To quote Bama, let's go.
I love it. Shane and Batgirl representing with some hosts. Rockman's in chat, shouting out "Da Bears." I am fired up. I've been sick, Langell. I'm not sick anymore. I'm ready for some TPCHL action. And almost intercepted right off the bat. Minnesota with a throw over the middle and deep, bouncing around off the fingertips of the defense for falling dead to the ground.
Yeah, Minnesota got away with one there. Here, the defense of the Chicago Bears is incredible. And 8 seconds in, they almost took the ball away. Minnesota's going to have to be careful on this one.
Lateral out to the right. Beautiful deke move. Brings him past everybody. Another guy. Beautiful deke, missing the tackle and taken out from behind his cook. But 27 yards moves the ball to midfield.
What an opening statement by the Vikings. I mean, I know that there's a little turbulence right now in Minnesota. They lost to Green Bay. They lost to Oakland. They can't afford to drop 3 in a row, and they're coming out with a heavy statement to start this game.
Now Minnesota, Cousins steps up to the line. 1 out wide on either side, 2 in the backfield. Handoff right up the middle and stuffed hard for a loss of 2. Cook sets him back for a 2nd and 12.
Great defense by the Bears. I'm telling you, this Bears defense is absolutely stifling.
Both of these teams so good at what they do. Colby, well known for being consistent throughout in how he plays his game. Meanwhile, Kiv learning over time and continuing to improve as the game goes on. We'll see how that plays out as he starts out very strong. Another complete pass here over to the right side. 3rd and 4 now.
3rd and 4, put up or shut up time for Minnesota. They started off, that 27-yard run was absolutely huge, and now they seem to run into a little bit of turbulence here. Hopefully they can gain 4 and keep this drive going, but again, that defense of Chicago is not going to make that easy for them.
Cousins lines up directly behind the center. Takes the snap, drops back to the 50, throw over the middle. There's a first down, hit hard to the ground, but the completion is made and the downs are reset.
Thanks to some new stats research, Meter, I'd like to inform you right now that this is the 13th time in league history that the Minnesota Vikings have faced the Chicago Bears. And Minnesota has come out on top 8 of those 13 times.
That is exceptional stats. Our statistician, Brian Langell, representing once again. Thank you for that, brother. That's a lot of work that goes into these stats.
It's a passion of mine, Meter. I'm glad to bring it to not only the broadcast team, but bring it to the owners of the league and the people who watch the league as well. It's amazing the story that we're telling, and it's still unfolding.
Run attempt up the left side, stops dead. 2nd and 10. Now lateral out to the right side, stop behind the line this time. We're going to see a loss of 1 on that one. And shout out in chat to Travis for the host. Thank you so much. Uncharacteristically, Batgirl saying "Go Bears."
That seems kind of strange. Although Batgirl, Kiv, and Colby are all in the same division, so maybe she just wants to make sure that she stays ahead of the Vikings while trying to keep on pace with the Bears.
That's fair enough. Minnesota now 3rd and 11, a long way to go. Cousins takes the snap, handoff fake, spinning out to the left side. He has a lot of room, taken off, 2 guys coming in fast. Deke move stuffs him, and Cousins barely goes down at the 28, but not enough for a first. We're going to see a field goal attempt here.
3 points is better than none, so Cousins making that 8-yard gain definitely is going to help them in this kick.
It's like about 45, 46 yards. And right through the uprights. Well done. 3 points, Minnesota. They break this game open. But now the Bears will get a chance to show off their offense with 2:46 left in the first.
That took a bit of time off the clock on that opening drive. But yeah, now it's going to be Chicago's opportunity at home to see how they can match up and try to get into that end zone.
The Bears, one of the teams to not have a loss yet this season. And the Vikings looking to change that as they have struggled early on this season, as you mentioned earlier. The Bears bring this one from in their own end zone out to the 23.
The Chicago Bears all-time at home. Wow, I had it here. Just give me 1 second here. Cowboys, Falcons, Bears. There we go. They're 25, 24, and 0. They're one game above 500.
Handoff out to the left side. A whole lot of room. Well done. Man, is he fast.
Took off there. Just a bolt of lightning out to the left side and gains 9 yards. Minnesota at home, on the road, an impressive 33-15-1, fourth overall in league history as a visiting team.
Wow, that is an impressive stat. Both the fact that we have it and what it means for the team. Swatted out of the air, a dangerous throw. I believe if he had waited a little longer, something might have unfolded, but tried to force the issue and paid the price.
Yep, third and your 2nd and 1 seems like an opportunity to take some chances. Now it's 3rd and 1. They're going to have to be a lot more careful this time.
Man in motion from the right side of the line over to the left. Handoff running out to the left side. There's the first. He's got it out of the way and taken down at the 45. Well done.
What a speed burst. The running back here, Cohen, for the Bears is just absolutely electric.
And the running game for the Bears historically have been a big part of their offense, and with Cohen on their side, you can see why. Such a strong player. Another handoff right up the middle and taken down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, got swallowed up that time. He's not gonna break out every time, but when he does, he's so dangerous.
2nd and 12 now, a minute and a half left in the first. From the 44-yard line, Trubisky steps back off the line, takes the snap, handoff again. Shaking the tackle is 98 and taking down Cohen. He picks up 2, makes up what he lost on the last one, but they're where they started, minus 2 downs, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, this is not an enviable spot for the Bears right now.
Trubisky from the shotgun sends a man in motion from the right towards the left. The snap, looking downfield, throwing over to the right. And this one almost intercepted off of the hand of 2 different defenders. Falls harmlessly to the ground, but what a dangerous play there.
Super dangerous play, and the Minnesota Vikings defense stands tall. Shuts out Chicago on that opening drive, but I think we're about to see a Colby-ass punt.
We very well might. Now remember, a Colby-ass punt has to be within 3 yards of the end zone. And that does not look like it's lined up for a Colby-ass punt.
No, that is not. That's into the end zone.
It bounces, and he steps out of bounds at the 1. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. My screen locked up for a second, but it turned into a Colby-ass punt.
It held in bounds. He caught the ball, and his momentum took him out at the 1.
Wow.
How dare I doubt? Cousins now, handoff, stopped quickly, but he falls forward to the 4. Fought for all of those yards there.
Oh, for sure. Cook there doing everything he can. Crawling, just scratching, trying to gain yards on that. Gains 3 out of it. It's now 2nd and 7.
Not out of danger yet. Slams it with a host. Thank you so much. Everybody,
big supporter of this league.
everybody representing right now in chat. Another handoff, this time somehow shaking that tackle, and 3 more Bears come in as backup and take him down. 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. Interesting situation here. If they don't make this, when they punt, the ball might hit just a little past center field. They need to get out of here. While we have a stoppage in play here, the Bears all-time home points for 842, which ranks 32nd in the league.
Wow. That's last, correct?
Yes, sir. That is last.
For
And
those of us who
Minnesota-
are divisionally challenged or NFL challenged, such as myself,
Yes, sir.
handoff, taken off to the left side, stopped, and that's going to hold them back. They pick up a yard. They needed 4. 4th and 3. We're going to see a punt.
We're going to see a punt. I'm assuming it'll make it little pat. Look at the Chicago player wait just past center field waiting for this ball.
Huge opportunity here for Chicago.
Yeah, it should be great field position. We're definitely not going to see a Colby-ass punt here.
This punt heading rapidly towards the right sidelines. Caught, held in bounds, and takes off. Spins through a tackle and taken out at the 39. Amazing field positioning. The opponent's 39-yard line already in field goal range.
Before they even do a play, they're in field goal. Definitely not how many give the ball back to Chicago. But when you're punting from your own 8-yard line, what are you going to do?
1st and 10. Chicago looking to make up for the failed previous drive. But punting so far has been a difference maker for the Bears. Handoff fake, rolls out to the right, throws off balance. This one caught through the defense. What a play by Miller.
The famous 360 no-scope, turns around, throws it. This time connects, and now the Bears 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line.
I formation, handoff, getting up the left side. He's got some room, spins into a guy. Is hit hard and taken down at the 13. They've broken well into the red zone now, 2nd and inches.
I thought that the momentum of being pushed over is actually going to give them the 1st.
I did as well. That was a very close one, but they spot the ball, bring out the chains, and hold up their hands just inches.
Just inches away.
2 to the left.
Yep.
I formation. Handoff, pushing forward. There's a 1st. Continuing to move. And takes this ball deep into the red zone. Deep into the red hot zone. The 4-yard line. Next stop, end zone.
Here we are, the 4-yard line. Chicago knocking on that door. Trubisky.
Handoff fake. Throws over to the left and swatted out of the air.
So we're going to try it again. 2nd and goal from the 4. I'd like to point out that the Vikings, all-time best defensive team, went on the road, only giving up 658 points in 6 and a little bit more seasons. And lifetime, they're the best team defensively of all time, only giving up 1,376 points in the 90-some games they've played. To put that in perspective, they have 1,376. The Arizona Cardinals, the last team overall, has given up almost 3,000.
Oh, wow. Close to 3 times. Sacked way out of the red hot zone at the 10-yard line. I guess right on the edge, technically. 4th and goal now. We're going to have to see a field goal. They were at 3rd and 2 prior to this and just wasn't able to get rid of the ball. The little chip shot field goal is good. And this game's all tied up at 3 as the Bears Stadium explodes.
And we're tied here, Soldier Field in Chicago. Rewind this back. We're back square even again.
Right to the edge of the end zone. This one's going to be brought out. 10, 20, met with resistance at the 25 and taken down at the 24. They'll spot it at the 22, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. That is, well, no, from that angle I kind of see, but no, he was pushed back. Wait, yeah, that's
Forward momentum would say that maybe that should have been the 24, but where the ball actually fell down was the 22. Very interesting.
yeah.
Handoff attempt, getting out to the right side and taken out quickly. Cook for a loss of 3.
Cook had that one breakout play in the first quarter, and since then they've kind of kept him under wraps.
Heading rapidly towards the 2-minute warning, Cousins takes the snap. Handoff fake, rolling out to the left, throwing on the run, caught. There's the first down, taken out at the 40-yard line.
Great play by Minnesota. Rudolph takes off with it, and they're 1st and 10 at the 40. Coming in close on that 2-minute warning. Be interesting about Minnesota waits, and they do.
It looked like they were playing some hurry-up offense there and trying to pick a play and mix it up just a little bit, but weren't able to get the audibles off in time, so instead, the clock stopped dead at 2. We're going to see a snap here on the other side of the 2-minute warning. There it is, handoff fake, rolling out to the left, looking out, throwing it deep, and swatted out of the air. Nobody even close. It looked like a curl route, and he just didn't curl. Or he didn't anticipate the curl. He thought maybe he was cutting to the left. Not sure what happened there on the miscommunication.
Sometimes when you're under pressure, you get the reads wrong, and things like that will happen. Luckily, that was down, and the Vikings 2 more chances.
I formation, one out wide on either side. Handoff fake, looking outfield, throwing over everybody. There's a first down.
There's a first down, and he could have got away. There was nobody else in front of him. The Bears are lucky they had Clinton Dix there and another player to stop Diggsy, or he would have been gone.
Same formation, handoff this time, and bodied hard. Wow, Cook. Loss of 2, no huddle.
Completely spun him around.
Same formation now, 2nd and 12, rolling out to the right, throwing. This one almost intercepted.
Ooh.
And the clock stops dead at 1:10. All the timeouts still on the table, and Cousins trying to rush this, forcing the ball where it didn't belong, and getting away with one.
Trying to catch the Bears off guard. Luckily for them, it worked out okay. They didn't lose the ball, but now they have a 3rd and 12 ahead of them.
Cousins from the shotgun, 1 on either side of him in the backfield, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, looking, waiting, throwing over to the right, and this one blocked. What great defensive play by the Bears.
The Bears defense, again, I mean, I know I've said Minnesota is the best team traditionally and statistically speaking defensively, but these Bears, they are phenomenal. Colby has done a great job turning these Bears around.
1:06 on the clock. Minnesota forced to punt this one away. It's all knotted up at 3. Heading rapidly towards halftime. This one heading towards the sidelines and out of bounds at the 3. Colby getting a taste of one of his own punts.
Yeah, it's one thing to be able to kick down and pin people back, but it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he knows what to do on the offensive side when in this situation.
High formation, 2 to the left. Offensive line strong on the right side from the 3-yard line. The snap, dropping back into the end zone, waiting, throwing. This one bouncing around and falling harmlessly to the ground, but wow, was that scary.
That was scary. That was almost a disaster for the Bears going into halftime.
56 seconds now. Same situation except a loss of down. Trubisky now, handoff. Cohen driving through everybody and moving the ball to the 11. 3rd and 2, no huddle. All the timeouts on the table, but choosing not to take it, maybe hoping to catch Minnesota off guard. Flag on the play. It's against Minnesota. They'll accept it, first down. Wow. The clock stops at 38 seconds.
Definitely not what Minnesota wanted right now.
The snap, dropping back behind the 10, looking outfield, throwing, beautiful pass right over the middle. There's a first down, timeout Chicago. 32.
Sorry, I had a bit of a cough there, Meter. My apologies.
I know what that's like, my friend. 32 seconds left here in the half from the 31-yard line. Now Trubisky takes the snap, drops back behind the 25, all the way back to the 20, throws over the middle. There's a first down, takes it to the 50. His hit keeps moving and taken down at the 47. Cross midfield, timeout Chicago. 25 seconds left here in the half.
If they can get another play, maybe two in to at least get in field goal range, they'll take the lead going into the half.
Three receivers out to the left, one man in the backfield, handoff fake, looking downfield, throwing, missed tackle, into triple coverage, intercepted, Minnesota!
This game just keeps unraveling and unraveling into an amazing story right now. Chicago was looking like they were going to be taking the lead into halftime. Minnesota with an interception with 19 seconds to play. Now it's potentially a tie, but if Minnesota can pull off something quick, they could go into the locker room with a lead.
From the shotgun, now the snap, looking downfield, looking deep, rolling way out to the right, stepping forward and sacked! The clock keeps ticking. I imagine Minnesota will let this one run out to end the half.
Take the safe play. Just get back to the locker room and figure what you're going to do in the second half.
At the end of the first half, 3-3 is your score. No! Takes a timeout with 3 seconds left, 2nd and 15. What is he going to do here?
He is going for the end zone. He's dialing it up long distance. Seeing whether or not they can take a lead into the locker room. I've seen Kid pull off some crazy stuff before. Watch this, everybody.
Steps into it, bombs it down. 5 Bears, 3 Vikings, intercepted, and that'll pad the stats.
I see going for it. I mean, the risk of an interception was high, but no time left on the clock unless Chicago was able to run that back. I don't see any harm or any foul with that one.
Injury is always a factor as well. Worth noting. Chicago waves this one off from in their own end zone.
Looking at the stats here again, Meter, because that's what I get paid to do. The Vikings average 24.0 points a game. They are well under their average right now. And that puts them 5th overall. And the Bears score 18.3 points a game, which is 31st out of 32 teams.
Wow.
It's like a mismatch as far as stats go, but yeah, here we are tied 3-3, and who knows how this is going to turn out.
Great throw over the middle, moves the ball to the 42 and picks up a first down. Chicago mounting some offense here.
That's what they need to do. They need to come out of the locker room and immediately pound it down the field. That time they got sent back. But Cohen now, 9 rushes for 35 yards. Now here's something, Meter, that I love just dropping these numbers. Both the Vikings and the Bears are ranked 30th and 31st respectively. They both have 120 passing touchdowns in their careers.
Wow.
In the league, both teams are tied, and neither team has a passing touchdown yet this game.
Fascinating. Does that mean they rely a lot on their run touchdowns?
Well, let me punch those numbers in and see what we have here.
3rd and 12 now.
The Vikings, 14th overall with 100 rushing touchdowns.
Very interesting. Snap, handoff fake, backing up to the 30, stepping forward, bombing it downfield, double coverage, swatted out of the air. Great defense, Vikings. And we're going to see a punt from the Chicago Bears.
These two teams defensively just going back and forth. Bringing up the numbers for the Bears, they are ranked 23rd all-time with 93 rushing touchdowns. So there's only 7 rushing touchdowns between them over the span of 6 1/4 seasons.
This one off the side of the foot, bounces weird, and rolls out of bounds at the 26. Very, very odd.
Yeah, that's not your average punt from Chicago, and definitely not your average punt from Colby. Something must have gone wrong on that one. Laces out, possibly.
It can happen. Now from the 26, a familiar spot for most teams. Minnesota with a handoff, getting up the left side and picking up 4.
These teams are both picking up short yardage. Hopefully, one of them is going to be able to break through and get that first down afterwards. There's nothing wrong with short yardage as long as you can do it 3 times in a row.
2nd and 7, handoff, pummeled at the line for a loss of 1. 3rd and 7 now.
And this is an unfavorable position for the Vikings. We've seen them a couple times now trying to rush this play and end up being, swatted to the ground or batted away.
Snap, handoff fake, rolling out to the left, throwing off balance, intercepted. Huge pick, he's got a lot of room. One guy to get past, spin move taken down. But Scrine comes up with that one, a huge interception, off balance throw into double coverage. Not what we are used to seeing from Kiv.
No, I think Kiv got rattled there and just tried to get that first down and unfortunately threw it directly at the Chicago defense.
1st and 10 now, the 30. The Bears begin their drive, handoff, rushing up the middle, bodied hard.
Gain of 2 on the play. Cohen took off like a rocket, but then hit the ground and fizzled out. Only gaining 2 on that.
He hit the ground with the same speed he took off with. Dangerous.
Vertigo's nasty. You don't want to mess with that.
High snap. Trubisky comes down with it. Handoff. Cohen hit hard. Knocked over the first down line. Now into the red zone.
I was going to say, even without doing anything right now, they're in field goal range. So I'd play it safe here. I wouldn't try to throw it too far and get picked off and lose the opportunity to points on the board.
Handoff, getting to the outside. Great blocking. A guy to get around, spin move, another first down. Moves him through the red zone. Moves him into the red hot zone. The 7-yard line.
They're setting up shop, and they can see that end paint smells fresh, and they want to be a part.
Handoff picks up 3. 2nd and goal now from the 4. 2 to the left. 1 in the backfield, offensive line strong and trailing to the right side. Trubisky in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back behind the 10, throws over the middle, swatted out of the air. Another dangerous play.
Trubisky 4 for 11 right now. These are not normal numbers for him. But that just goes to show you what this Minnesota defense is like.
I see the seam he thought he saw, but unfortunately it wasn't there, and I think he rushed the play a little bit. This time didn't rush it enough, sacked way out of the red hot zone. Back to the 12-yard line, 4th and goal. Gonna have to settle for another field goal. The second time they've been knocked out within 5 yards of the end zone, out of the red hot zone, and forced to kick a fielder.
But they get 3 on the board, taking the lead 6-3. This game is still too close to call. We only have 58 seconds left in the third and a full 4th quarter to go, but this game isn't over by any stretch.
Colby doubles his score, and to give the ball back to Minnesota now. This one kicked to the edge of the end zone. Going to be brought back out. The 10, the 20, getting out to the left side, has some room. Beautiful cut move. He's got a whole bunch more room. Takes it to the 44.
Great run by Minnesota. We saw in the last game he returned a kick return for a touchdown. Kiv definitely has the ground game working for him. I don't want to punt to Kiv. I'd rather punt it out of bounds if possible.
I formation now, 1 out wide on either side. Tight end on the right side of the offensive line. The snap, handoff, getting out to the right side. It was a blitz. They pick it up well, but they're only able to get a single yard.
Yeah, it's the point in the game where Minnesota's going to have to do way better than this. They need to gain some first downs, even to get in within field goal range to tie this game.
Rockman saying this has been a struggle for both of the offenses. I say this has been an exceptional game for both of the defenses just as much.
Agreed.
Throw over the middle, hit hard when receiving and drops it. Cousins 4 for 11. That sounds familiar.
That definitely does. They're both quarterbacks are struggling, going through the air right now, relying on their running backs to gain position for them. And now, this is twice now we've seen Minnesota in this situation before. This is the third time. Hopefully, it's not an ill-advised throw and they can gain something out of this. You hate to see them get shut down.
Cousins throw over the middle. There's a first down, picking up what he needed.
Great move by Minnesota. Keeping the drive going, keeping the ball moving.
Rudolph,
they're practically in field goal range now.
Rudolph now has more than half of the receptions for his team with 3 and 40 yards by himself. He's carrying this offense as we end the third and set up the last 6 minutes of this game up on the clock.
I can't wait to see how this plays out, Meter. Let's do it.
Handoff, getting out to the right side, a little move. He had so much room and he chose a move instead, possibly an error, but all that matters is no pickup for Cook.
He was wide open. If he would have kept running in that same trajectory, he would have been gone.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10 now.
Cousins takes the snap, drops back to the 45, throws over to the left side, bounces off his fingers, and incomplete. 3rd and 10.
3rd and long for Minnesota seems to be the theme of the day. Hopefully they can keep this going again. I mean, I'm not trying to pick favorites or anything, but I just don't want this game to end, Meter. I want this to keep going.
I always will agree with that. Handoff fake, rolling out to left, throwing on the run. This one caught, and he's hit so hard. Hit from behind and then hard from the front, and the ball pops loose.
Now, if you're Minnesota, do you try the field goal at 50-some yards, or do you punt it back to the 1 and hope to get a safety and get the ball back right now?
Always a hard decision.
Oh. Minnesota going for the field goal.
61-yard attempt right now. Timeout, Minnesota.
Maybe realizing 61 yards is an awful lot to ask out of your kicker.
It looks that way. Now they line up for a punt instead. Could it be a fake? You never know. You get one a game.
In season 2, Minnesota did this against Green Bay and ran it in for a touchdown, practically the same location.
Heading towards the sideline, out of bounds at the 2. These punts today have been exceptional.
There's got to be a magnet down there in those pylons. Those balls are just headed directly for them. Great kicking by both teams.
Here we go. Lined up at the 2, handoff, rushing up the middle, got some good room, and taken down at the 11. Just shy of the first down line, 2nd and 1.
Way to avoid the pressure there and get out of there. Now it's 2nd and 1.
Trubisky from the shotgun takes the snap, handoff. Had some room, could have maybe got the first, tried to get to the outside and pick up some extra yards, and instead lost a yard. And man, is going fast. I never get over it.
No, he is just, someone's got to run some tests on him. Make sure everything's on the up and up, because he is just like a rocket.
Make sure no one deflated a ball. Beautiful play here, pass over the middle, and this one's caught. Gets out of some trouble. He had a guy coming behind, through while being hit, made an accurate pass and some great running.
Yeah, he was a split second away from being sacked to the ground. Great turnaround and great play by Chicago.
To the 37-yard line now, way out of the shadow of the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think they started at the 2.
Right. Handoff here, trying to get to the right side. Picks up a yard, but they're not going to give it to him as far as the 2nd and 10 counter goes. They'll spot the ball on the 38 regardless, the other side of the 37, if you will. Snap, rolling out to the left, throwing over to the right, up in the air, there's an interception.
Boom, Minnesota taking over on the 41-yard line. While we have a second here, Thursday night here on TPCFL Game Time, you're going to see the Browns and the Ravens collide. It's going to be Hogs, Nogs, and Crafty Dinners, who just finished their Week 4 matchup in a different league with Hogs, Nogs, and the Browns winning 21-13. So the rematch this Thursday on TPCFL Game Time, do not miss it.
That is set to be a hot game, and even if you can't wait until Thursday, we have a game scheduled on Wednesday for hockey. We have hockey scheduled on Thursday, football on Tuesday, hockey on Tuesday, and of course, later on tonight, we have a hockey game, so stick around for that as well. Failed run up the left side for a loss of 1. Failed throw swatted out of the air for a pickup of nothing. 3rd and 11 with 2:48 left on the clock. Big play right here for Minnesota.
Minnesota seems to keep putting themselves in this position where it's 3rd and long, and this time they're outside of field goal range. They need to make this.
Throw over to the right side, short, caught, brought past the first down line, moved to the other side of the 50, the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
The Vikings pull one out there, keeping their hopes alive with 2:36 left in the game. You'd almost think right now, if Minnesota is able to score a touchdown on this drive, what is Chicago going to be able to do down by 4?
It will be a fierce battle, and they'll have to capitalize in the red zone, something they haven't been able to do here today. Throw now over to the right side, wide open, nobody anywhere around. That's a touchdown, Minnesota.
And with that touchdown, they now officially are ahead by 1 touchdown statistically, league history-wise. The Vikings now 121, Bears 120.
This extra point, a big deal. It's up, and it's right down the middle, and it puts it out of field goal range for Chicago. They need a touchdown here to take that lead back over. With 2:11 and all their timeouts, they have plenty of time to do so.
They have plenty of time to do so, Meter, but they're also going up against the greatest defense in league history. So it's going to be a case of can they outsmart the Vikings and get down to score a touchdown, or will the Vikings defense, which traditionally has been the strongest in league history, be able to make one more stop and stop the Bears with 2:11 left in the 4th.
The table's set. Don't go anywhere. Here comes the final course. Throw over to the left side. Caught at the 30. Brought past to the 40. 1st down. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Great play by the Bears. The opening play of this drive. They're already on the 40-yard line.
Here it is. Gigantic plays from here to the end, folks. Trubisky from the shotgun takes the snap, handoff, running up forward and picks up 9 yards to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, no huddle. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 just off to the right. Trubisky in the shotgun, offensive line strong and trailing to the right side. The snap, dropping back to the 40, looking around, moving in the pocket. A guy coming in fast, throws over to the left side. This one is caught, and he holds on and falls out of bounds, but they'll count his knee down inbounds. The clock keeps moving. 1st down, Bears.
Trubisky's been amazing tonight at getting the ball away just as he's getting hit, just as contact is made. He could have been sacked numerous times, but somehow magically gets that ball down the field just in time.
The snap, dropping back to the 40, throwing this one deep into the end zone, and it bounces harmlessly out of bounds. Very dangerous throw, though.
Super dangerous. It could have been intercepted, or, Minnesota, like I said, could have intercepted it, but also at the same time, Chicago could have taken the lead with 53 seconds to go. That was a great opportunity. Just high risk, high reward. Unfortunately, this time it didn't work out.
Handoff fake, throwing, and this one held on. He held on.
He's got it at the 5.
Timeout, Chicago. 46 seconds. Deep in the red zone. Halfway through the red hot zone. The 5-yard line. Two out to the left. Trubisky standing at the 10 in the shotgun. Offensive line strong and trailing to the right side, and Cohen just off to his right. Takes the snap, drops back in the pocket, throw over to the right side, and swatted out of his hand. Almost bounced right into the hands of the defense.
Great defensive play by the Vikings that people in position, but I think he slipped, and that's what caused the problem.
It looks that way. Regardless, it sets up 2nd and goal now. Nobody in the backfield. Trubisky takes the snap, looking into the end zone, throwing over to the right, intercepted in the end zone. Minnesota's got all sorts of room. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. 50, 40, 30, and that is going to do it. Touchdown Minnesota on a pick 6 end to end.
A 99-yard pick 6 return, scoring 6 on the play, putting the game out of reach at this point. Chicago's 3rd interception of the game. Couldn't have happened at an absolute worst time. And now the Vikings with a commanding 17-6 point lead.
You know, Langell, I think Colby's going to go back and watch the tape on that one. He's going to see he had multiple people open and tried to force the pass to the guy he was trying to pass to in his initial guy he wanted to pass to, instead of taking an extra second and looking down the field. A beautiful run back. His spin move moves the ball to the 30. Not bad field positioning.
Not at all. Not at all. But unfortunately, time and distance are against Chicago right now, not to mention the scoreboard. They would need to score, get an onside kick, and score again in 24 seconds. Not impossible, but I don't like the chances, to be honest with you, sir.
I can't agree with you more. The snap here, dropping back to the 20. Looking way downfield, throwing into triple coverage. Easy interception by Minnesota. They're going to return this one. And the last minute of this game has been a disaster for Chicago. Here, I can't blame them as much. They needed something big. They went for something big. Didn't work out in their favor, but ultimately, it's going to make the box scores look way worse than the game actually was throughout. Very competitive to the last minute.
To the very last minute. These teams went tooth and nail, head-to-head with each other. And that should just about wrap up. No, wait, Chicago takes a timeout.
And Colby is big leaguing. Calls the timeout after the kneel by Minnesota. A cheeky little timeout.
And does it again.
And knowing Colby and Kiv, they are laughing in chat right now. Knowing it's futile, just doing it for the love of the game.
Agreed. 8-7-6. Chicago can't stop it at this point.
And go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to make the final. The Vikings 17, the Bears 6. What a game. The perfect record of the Bears has been snapped by division rival and perennial rival Kiv and the Minnesota Vikings.
A very, very good game. Nobody disappointed with this game except for maybe the home crowd.
Yeah, I can see. Let's look at the stats here. Passing 144 to 120, rushing 87 to 32. I think you nailed it earlier, Meter, when you said that the last minute was disastrous for Chicago. They had everything going for them until the final minute of the game.
They did indeed. It was a great game. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, get your season tickets now. We're not even done tonight. This has been back-to-back games, and we are about to see another one coming up in just about an hour. We're going to have some TPCHL action where Colby, who just played for the Bears, is going to be taking over the Canadiens and taking on Dino 911 and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So stick around for that one. You're not going to want to miss it.
No, definitely not. We'll be back in roughly an hour to cover that game. It's going to be, as Meter said, the Penguins and the Canadiens. TPCHL is in its first season, and it is absolutely on fire right now. You don't want to miss that game.
I could not agree more. Taking a look at the stats. Third down conversions tied. I haven't seen that very often.
It's very rare. That's a unicorn.
Turnovers, a very big deal in this game, causing some damage there. Passing yards, rushing yards, both in favor of the losing team. These are some atypical stats I'm looking at here, but I think the red zone percentage for touchdowns specifically is a big deal. If any of these field goals, we know he was on the 2 at one point and the 4 on a different drive, they resulted in 3 points instead of 6, could have changed the complexion of this game. These 3s could be 6s or 7s. But ultimately, neither of these teams should be upset. An amazing, amazing game, and congratulations, Kiv Style, on your win.
Oh, definitely. And quick shout out to the chat. The GGs are flowing here in the chat. Everyone's saying great game. Yeah, I agree. You were treated to an absolute masterpiece here in the divisional rivals of the Vikings and the Bears, Colby and Kiv Style.
Stick around, folks. We'll be back in just about an hour for some more TPC sports action from all of us here at TPC Broadcast. My name's Meter. I've been joined in the booth by Langell. We look forward to talking to you guys in just a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back soon.